Hey, it's Pamela. It's part two on of a lot of stuff. Always part two. Because you can always flip it. But check this out. I bought this for like $3. It was really cool. Check out all the dimensions, right? I was looking at it going, wow, that's really cool. I like it. It's soft. It's got a lot of cuts in it. I kind of thought this represented me and a lot of different things in my life, all the different dimensions. I thought it was really cool because, there's a lot of dimensions to different people, a lot of dimensions and different DNAs and things. But one thing that we all can share and we can agree on, sometimes it's really hard to be real, isn't it? You know, do you impress people that don't matter in the way you just kind of are? Does it really matter to try to impress people that don't really matter? What's really going on? I don't know. My talk I want to give at some point and probably need to study more would probably be passive aggressiveness. I've been accused of being passive aggressive, and it seems like when I've sat back and I've kind of thought about it, the people, most of them that said I was passive aggressive, my goodness, they were as well. That's why they could identify with me. Hello. And it can be good in a way because no matter how you get up that mountain, let's get going up it. Because maybe being passive aggressive could lead to the point where you could be assertive unless you continue to blame other people or your behaviors or different things in life. Well, I'm doing this for this reason. Well, I'm doing this for that reason. And it's okay to offend other people. The way I talk, the way I present myself, the story behind the story, the action, the fuel, what's motivating you, how big is your ego? So my ego is always kind of like doing healing. I have got to heal from the dysfunctional family members and people that I've let in my life that I've openly, at first, you can't read them. I mean, they say that when you read about these people in the Bible and stuff, that were shepherds and things like that, they look at sheep and, oh, look how cute and everything. But they said if you spend any time with them, that you would see that and smell they stink. They appear like they look really well, but they really stink. And they said it's a French word for odor. Oh, odor. They stink, but they look really nice. So, it's just like that in life. I've come around and over and on top of a lot of things, and it's taken a lot. It's really taken a lot to admit who you are, what you've become, and where you've been. But here's a heads up. It's raining, and we've got to plant seeds. We've got to reap. We've got to sow what we do. We've got to look over ourselves each and every day. And actually, because God isn't Santa Claus. So we can ask him for things. Are we going to receive those things? Are we going to just kind of expect them? Are we going to use other people that could give us those things without earning them? Could we be humble in what we have and be thankful? Those are the things that happen to you, as you get older. I'm getting older and I get on here. I'm not typing a book. I'm not going to put things down like that. But what I will do is these little talks. There are so many things I'd like to talk about and say. I probably will go live at some point, because I think it would be healthy for me. So that way I could look actually at the people that are making comments and, let them see something maybe I don't see so I can correct, because I'm open and willing for that, So I'm just planting some good seeds today, trying to do the best that I can, trying to make peace, reconcile with others that have been in my past that some I don't want to, get close to them any longer because of the hate that they would have for me or the pain. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of different type of people in my life. So, and they've dealt with me as well. I'm saying it's a two-way street, but, people can change, if you are teachable and you're open to learning some new things, you know, it's called the backside of better, really. You just get behind things and you just really try to figure out, what you can do. So this goes out to basically me today. What have you sacrificed? I've sacrificed some things in my life. These seeds that you plant, this preacher was talking about it. like nothing really grows really fast. You have to wait, right? And sacrifice and, learn patience. Even a baby that's growing inside of you, we need to sacrifice. You throw up, you get sick, you're like, this pastor said, your ankles get swollen. I listen to a lot of these powerhouse preachers because there's so much wisdom that just comes out of them, comes out of their heart, and I like to learn. And so I hope that I continue learning things and not being so proud that I couldn't move around some different things in my life. And, like I said, reconcile. I don't know if Kobe's death has affected people. It certainly has mine. Other people I know that have losses in their lives with their children and sorrow and grief. Those are the people we kind of need to pay attention to. And we need to realize and be thankful for what we do have, It's the simple things in life. It's the food, the roof over your head, the shoes on your feet. It's like, I don't want to be the people that take things for granted. So try to understand that there's a lot of dimensions and a lot of different cuts and different people. And that if you look for the good, you're going to find it, But if you look for the bad, you're probably going to find that as well. So it's Pamela. I'm going to be going live here, in a few days and check it out and see what it's like. Yeah, I took some different notes down today because I really enjoy this pastor when he preaches. But be careful not to see yourself as a failure. That's a biggie for me, God is a master of suddenly. Suddenly things happen in your life. Suddenly. So, I suddenly, find out different things about who I am, how I've done things that, were definitely wrong, but don't want to walk around with shame. Because if I walked around with shame, check this out, and my head down, I definitely would miss a rainbow. Don't want to be missing any rainbows in my life, but I actually want to learn. And I'm grasping a new identity where I could actually, I'm always going to be who I am, right? But the great thing about life and people is we grow in the different seasons. A season to learn, a season to forgive, a season to kind of, really slow things down. Don't be in such a hurry. Take some time out for yourself and take time for others. And just know your worth and see other people's, things in life that they've accomplished. And watch out who you hurt or what you say. Because I know that those words, you can't take back. But they're there for a reason, They're there for a reason that people can see that you have changed. And that you are, a success. You're mastering yourself and your emotions and not reacting to people that intentionally do those things for a reaction. They're testing you without even knowing. You could be testing them back with the way you react. So if you try not to react to others in a way that, it's going to stir them up and make them even worse, just kind of take it easy. I want to be able to get to that point where I can have a conversation about really anything. I'm not really good at debating. I'm just on a really low scale of, speaking up and saying a lot of things that I thought I knew, only to find out that, my goodness gracious, I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that. So if we come at that and kind of listen a little bit more, I have a chemical imbalance. I've overcome, medication. They had me on some pretty strong stuff, lorazepam. It was a low dose for a long period of time. And when it's a low dose for a long period of a time, you get addicted. So if part two saying that I've never been addicted to anything, I've definitely been addicted to an anxiety medication that I no longer need because I had a wonderful, wonderful psychiatrist, I graduated from that saw something really good in me. And she was just very kind. She's just like, Pamela, we're putting the brakes on this. And if I've said it once, I've said it twice. I used to smoke. I used to take medication. I'm pretty much drug-free here, Drinking banana tea, that everybody knows. If you've been on here, I boil it and put it all in here with the skins on and drink it. You go to sleep really well. But the main thing is I got to live with myself. The main thing is I got to ask the good Lord to forgive me for hurting anyone or not understanding how they felt. You know, you do this with children, but sometimes the hardest thing in life to do is to kind of admit that we've hurt others and our actions and our words and the way we've treated people. So it's Pamela tonight saying, I'm so thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my family members that love me and give me that special call. And the biggest thing that you can share with other people, do you want me to tell you what it is? It's time. It's calling someone or just, sending good vibes their way or love. Whether it be, on like, Facebook or a card or just, doing any type of shout out or recognition, about the people, that have been important in your life. And, I really want to thank my daughter today. She's such a wonderful person, and she's a great mother, and she's married to a man that I haven't always gotten along with, but I'll tell you what, we have just come so far, and I really respect and love who he is. And my Jewish grandfather, I guess, once really did say something that stuck in me that said, Pamela, that's why there's erasers on pencils, because everybody makes mistakes. I don't know if you've ever seen a pencil without an eraser. I kind of look at every pencil in the whole wide world, laying in a kindergarten classroom to a lawyer or an artist. Anybody that's got a pencil, guaranteed there's an eraser on it, because we do make mistakes. The difference is between people that can acknowledge that statement I just said are the know-it-alls, the puffed up, the proud, that really don't want to share in the life of learning, the life of being a human and terminally normal. So it's Pamela doing another quick shout out today. I'm going to be doing some happy stuff on here, probably, sharing a song I've wrote or two, or doing some art or cooking or whatever else. But I like to do these little teeny small microfiber cinemas that I like to create for the children. Just praying for everybody tonight that they'll be able to battle some of the things that are going on within themselves, because those are truly the roughest ones, right? Because, I think we're our worst enemies sometimes, But if we do a lot of self-talk that would be positive, it would be good for our souls, But anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody life hasn't been real easy for me, but I'm no victim. I get really uncomfortable when I'm around people that are victims, I guess I get uncomfortable because I see myself in them. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be addicted to cigarettes or drugs I want to love them and I don't want to judge them and stuff, but it's a good idea to kind of surround yourself with people that are able to actually say, this is me, and if you don't like me, well, that's okay. But to not want acceptance and try to impress strangers or people that really don't matter in your life. What is that? What is it? But I'm going to get back with everybody about being passive aggressive, all right? Because being passive aggressive is, they say it's really bad, but what if it kind of opened up to a door that you could actually, get alone by yourself and say, you know what? I'm actually going to talk to that person about how I feel in this family or on an everyday basis, and just be kind about it, your approach, I think the people that have become passive aggressive could have been put down, could have been told, yeah, you don't have much worth, or anything you're saying, you just can't back it up with any facts or things like that, But how about this as a fact tonight, Let's just kind of like be honest, and if something's bothering you, let it out, I try to let mine out with music or different things, and art and singing and just different things like that, exercise. But if something's bothering you, wouldn't it be a good idea to just tell them, instead of rehearsing in your mind of another way to kind of get even, or I'm going to get mine, or you hurt me. And the way people act, it's really kind of sad. I know myself, So I just want to survive in a place that, is forgiving, that's moving forward, and, Yeah, I just don't want to blame anybody for who I am, you know. I know that it's a behavior that's taught, you know. People aren't born, you know, with all these type of, divisions in them. People aren't just born like that. It's something you're taught, how you're raised, you know. But if you can step out from that and just kind of look over about racism and your color and who you are, and your different faiths and what you believe in and how you do things, my son always says, "Mom, to each his own," and I think that's really good. But at some point, it's like it's that elephant in the room, you got to really, at some point, with people that you claim to love, actually say something, because if you don't, who will? But it's how you do it and how you serve it. So, once again, it's like that same story I heard years ago, that the husband got up in the morning and he said, "Get me a cup of coffee." Or he said, "Get me a cup of coffee." Now, which one would you do? Would you want to get the one that was sweet and loving, or have the right attitude? I mean, everybody's entitled to a bad day. Trust me, they drive in this town crazy. They roll right out on you when you're driving down the road. You're like, whoa. You just got to kind of slow down, take it easy, kind of wait for the rose. I mean, I miss roses really bad in the wintertime. I love roses, and I love what God's created, and I'm just thankful today. So, doing a shout out about a lot of different things. I'm going to get back on here, but I do take a lot of different notes when I hear a lot of people that have a lot of wisdom. Well, people that have a lot of wisdom are really cool. I heard this one pastor or preacher say, "You know what? You got more degrees than a thermometer." I'm like, really? He's just really funny, TD Jakes. I just love him. So anyway, everybody have a good night, and I'm going to be safe this evening. And guess what? Always know that you're real special. See this crystal? That's you. You got a lot of dimensions, a lot of different cuts inside of you. And let's share them with one another. Be positive and tell somebody that you noticed them, that you noticed they did something good. And somebody out there, I know my daughter told me to go see Mr. Rogers. Whoa, that was an extreme film. Really touched home with me. It's for people that have been hurt, just different things. Mr. Rogers, go see it. I encourage you to. So it's Miss Cool saying later. I'm going live next time.